Now we are focused on preventing the worst impacts of a mass outbreak from coming to pass.
That strategy, announced by Governor Kate Brown this morning, spells one word for Oregon: cancellations. We'll have the latest from all corners of the high desert on what's still on and what's been called off.
During a time when fear can be overwhelming, One Bend Facebook group was created today to help those facing challenges because of the coronavirus.
And here are the latest on COVID-19 safety in schools, with one, possibly many more, shutting their doors. News Channel 21 starts now.
Now, from Central Oregon's news leader, this is News Channel 21 at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. We have major breaking news this evening. All Oregon schools, grades K through 12, will be closed from Monday the 16th until Tuesday the 31st and through that date. We're working at this hour to confirm any further instruction from local school districts for families. Governor Kate Brown announced the planned closures tonight after getting feedback from superintendents and school board members this week. She says schools are experiencing, quote, critical shortages in staff elsewhere in the state. She also says students are more susceptible to contracting severe cases of COVID-19, much like the elderly community. The Department of Education will look into how the school year calendar could change. In the meantime, the Early Learning Division will support child care programs for families in need. That being said, Oregon's now up to 30 confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus. The Oregon Health Authority confirmed 6 more cases at a veterans home in Lebanon tonight. There are 8 in that home alone. After Governor Kate Brown's large event ban came down last night, many local events were canceled today. That includes the Oregon Sportsman Show, where 300 vendors were supposed to be at the event. Most were from Oregon, but some traveled from out of state. Some vendors told us they were not sure if the event would be canceled.
I kind of expected it because of the rumors that were flying already.
We were concerned about it when we first heard last night that they were going to possibly cancel anything over, I think it was 250.
You know, we weren't worried about it. The weather is beautiful. It's nice. We know that people rally in Central Oregon.
And here are some other events in Central Oregon that are now canceled. The second Congressional Republican Candidate Forum was canceled. The St. Patrick's Day Dash, the Sunriver Central Oregon Golf Show, and the High Desert Stampede have all been postponed or canceled at this time. Many people worried about self-quarantine are stocking up on supplies. Costco's parking lot was packed with people this morning before it even opened, with people lined up around the building. Costco was supposed to open at 9:30. Instead, customers told us the workers didn't let them inside until about 9:45. Some of the items customers stocked up on included toilet paper, water bottles, and even dog food. As concerns grow over this virus, some of you may need help completing everyday tasks. Max Goldwasser joins us with details about a new Facebook group created today to respond to those in need. Max?
Lee, the idea behind Pandemic Partners Bend is simple. If you need help, just ask. And if you can offer help, just respond. Pandemic Partners is a private Facebook group launched and managed by the First Presbyterian Church, but organizers stress to me the page is not motivated by religion. Rather, it's motivated by kindness, they say. They understand that right now some people either have to or want to stay home, meaning they can't run errands or pick up groceries, and now those people can get the help they need from others in the community.
I mean, I think we are living in times where fear is easy. Fear comes really easily. People are more and more separated by what they're afraid of. And obviously, no part of me wishes this kind of crisis or tragedy on anyone. But it is a chance for us to show each other the love that maybe we should be showing each other all along.
The page was created just before noon today, and it already has more than 800 members. Morgan Schmidt says many of those people have been posting that they are ready and willing to assist others, which is great, but Schmidt says that's also a problem because she says most of the people who need help might not know how to use Facebook.
Hoping that through opportunities like this to share our story, and then our members also inviting others kind of into this network of people that will be able to reach those who actually do need the assistance in this season.
Schmidt says they are also working on creating a hotline for people that would, of course, allow those who are not as savvy with technology to get connected to the right resources. And Schmidt says she's not sure when that would be ready, but she's hoping to make progress on it this weekend. In the control room, Max Goldwasser, News Channel 21.
And you can find the latest local and statewide updates on the outbreak at ktvz.com/coronavirus. Also new tonight out of Jefferson County, Central Oregon law enforcement say they're hunting for a potentially armed and dangerous fugitive. Bend police issued a safety flyer this week for 36-year-old Roman Serrano, who's believed to be in the Madras Terrebonne area. He has outstanding warrants for violating parole and was last seen with a gun last weekend. Jefferson County Sheriff Jim Atkins says Serrano apparently abandoned a car after a pursuit yesterday. It was stopped for safety reasons near Juniper Butte. Our skies are set to change this weekend. Let's get over to Katie now in the Weather Center for a quick check of our weekend weather forecast coming up. Katie?
Lee, we went to bed with mostly clear skies, or we will be going to bed because we're still up. But in the morning, we could begin to see the start of the clouds coming into the region. Our temperatures right now are on the cooler side. We're actually looking at getting still cooler than this yet. Maybe a little warmer than we were last night, but definitely on the cooler side. For our winds are calming down. They could stay and should stay calm up to 5, at the most 10, but really we're looking at 5 miles per hour out of the north. The winds will begin to shift to coming out of the south as the low pressure system drops into the Pacific Northwest. Here's a look at the clouds overhead. Just a few moving across the satellite and radar image right now. Something we should see tomorrow morning and then increase as our day goes on. So we're looking for the weekend outlook is clear and above average for our temperatures tonight. The clouds will begin to increase the farther we get through the day tomorrow, and then rain and snow are likely before we end our Friday and through the weekend. I'll detail that out for you coming up in just a bit. Lee, back to you.
The first count in the state of Oregon for the 2020 census took place in Warm Springs today. Oriel Brumfield was there for the census kickoff and has the details.
The 2020 census count kicks off today in the state of Oregon on the land owned and cherished by the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs. This day restores hope in the community that their culture and tribe has not been forgotten. As one of the first groups to inhabit American land, Native Americans often feel undercounted and underrepresented. But Oregon state lawmakers decided that the census count should begin on the Warm Springs Reservation.
It's not the money. I think it's the fact of the importance that we're important enough that the federal census want us to be counted.
The census happens every 10 years, and the results dictate how much money the federal government allocates to each state and the number of seats each state will hold in the House of Representatives.
For every man, woman, or child that's missed in the census, thousands of dollars are lost in those communities every year. So if you multiply that over 10 years, of which the census is only done once every 10 years, tens of thousands of dollars for every man, woman, and child that's missed. So it's so important that every single man, woman, child, everyone is counted.
Today, 90-year-old George Aguilar Sr., a Korean War veteran and lifelong Warm Springs resident, became the first person counted in the Oregon census. Others in Warm Springs use computers to take the census. You can also mail in your form. Children of Warm Springs Early Childhood Education performed a mini powwow, and while this day recognized the older generation, it also encourages the younger generation to make their voices heard.
Hopefully these littles are going to see this maybe 10 years from now and say, hey, that's me, and we were a part of the census 2020.
In Warm Springs, Oriel Brumfield, News Channel 21.
Still to come, Max Goldwasser is back to break down how the COVID-19 outbreak's affecting the sports world on the local and national stages. And an up-close and personal look at the youth choir of Central Oregon's up next. Stay with us.